in case you were listening and focusing on them. So we say good morning and welcome to the Monterey Center for Spiritual Living. We're delighted that you are joining us on this beautiful June day. We're continuing with our June series, Holy Boldness. And today we are reaching for higher heights, knowing that the kingdom of heaven is at hand now. And so I greet you by saying Grand Rising. Grand Rising is our Centers for Spiritual Living annual theme for this year. And a grand rising means to rise daily in a grand manner, to live the best that we can, and to ensure others have the rights and opportunities to do the same. So, grand rising. I begin with this quote by Ernest Holmes, and it is from What We Believe, also known as our Declaration of Principles. And Holmes wrote, "We believe that heaven is within us and that we experience to the degree that we become conscious of it." And I'd like to expand on that a little bit. In Science of Mind, we believe that heaven is a state of consciousness. It is an individual awareness of our uniqueness as expressions of the divine. And if you have this month's issue of the Science of Mind magazine, I invite you to read the daily guide for yesterday, Saturday, June the 22nd. Reverend Dr. Raymond Anderson, who wrote the guides for the month of June, writes this: "To the degree we are conscious of it, meaning heaven within, considering the degree of our experience, are we living as though we truly believe what we teach, what we study, and what we practice?" And so the challenge is out there to us to really affirm what it is that we believe, what we teach, what we study, and what we practice. We are active participants in our individual growth and evolution. There's nothing static in our spiritual consciousness. It is a dynamic force that we can shape and expand. We are the conduits for God's greatness. We're vessels to express it in our own unique ways. And this is a key theme that you will hear throughout the teachings of Science of Mind and in New Thought metaphysical teachings, is that we each are individualized, unique expressions of spirit. And so the way we show up in life is the way that we are designed to represent our uniqueness and our individuality. A little bit of humor to share with you. Excuse me. With the request approved, a news photographer quickly used their cell phone to call the local airport and charter a flight. They were told a twin-engine plane would be waiting for them at the airport. Now, these are the key elements of the story that I want you to pay attention to. Arriving at the airfield, the photographer spotted a plane warming up outside a hangar, jumped in with their bag, slammed the door shut, and shouted, "Let's go." That's one aspect of this. The pilot taxied out, swung the plane around into the wind, and took off. Once into the air, the photographer instructed the pilot, "Fly over the valley and make low passes so I can take pictures of the fires on the hillside." "Why?" asked the pilot. "Because I am a photographer for a news channel and I need to get some close-up shots." The pilot was strangely silent for a moment and then finally stammered, "So what you're telling me is you are not my flight instructor?" I would certainly like to know the rest of this story, but it was not provided. I have to do some research. I think this story represents, at least for me, it represents those areas in my life where I just go headstrong into something without asking questions or without getting enough information. Uh, Science of Mind teaches us to aim higher, recognizing that higher heights take us higher than where we are right now. Metaphorically, elevating our vision upward beyond the clouds, the stars, and the rainbow allows us to rise to higher heights. In the Science of Mind, we know there is a universal presence which is limitless and overflowing with abundance and plenty. We experience and manifest this abundance in our affairs by participating in the spiritual law of circulation and abundance. And the circulation of our abundance includes our financial abundance. It also includes our spiritual abundance, the gifts that we bring into the planet, the way we show up, the way we elevate our thoughts to see and appreciate abundance and opulence that is all around us. To manifest what we desire requires being mindful not to harbor beliefs of lack and limitation. So it's moving out of that old way of thinking into a new way of thinking. We must know that we are the individual divine flow with Spirit. We are in this individual divine flow with Spirit, and our lives reflect abundance and our heart's desires. We know there is an unlimited source and supply. And Ernest Holmes affirms this for us in our Science of Mind textbook on page 50, where he wrote, "We are surrounded by and immersed in an infinite good. How much of this infinite good is ours? All of it." So we talk in the scripture talks about us being that we have this divine inheritance, that the kingdom of heaven is ours. The kingdom of heaven, the kingdom of right thinking, the kingdom of consciousness is within us. And so therefore, everything that Spirit has, everything that exists in the universe is available to us. Holmes says, all of it. Now, can we believe that? Can we step into that awareness and say, all of this is mine, to the degree that I am conscious of it? To continue excelling in life and ascending in consciousness, we must be open to elevating our thoughts to higher heights. The song, Somewhere Over the Rainbow, mentions a land far away where dreams can come true. The place where dreams come true, we may call beyond the beyond. To continue growing in consciousness, we must move beyond where we are to another rung on the ladder. And to do so, we begin to notice and experience where our growth has taken us beyond where we used to be, and we notice it in how we react to things. We move from reacting to responding. We notice and experience growth and maturity. We notice that we have gained more inner wisdom, more breadth and depth in the way that we show up. We see things more clearly. We view ascending to this heavenly state of consciousness, as our stairs to heaven within. And so you may ask, how do I get there? What steps do I take to achieve this heavenly ascension in consciousness? Once again, we go to the wisdom in the writings of Ernest Holmes in The Essential Earnest. On page 63 are these words: "We are surrounded by an infinite possibility. It is goodness, life, law, and reason, and it wishes to express through us." Now, everyone's ascension experience is unique. There is no one size that fits all. There is no one way to the truth. Our individual experience depends on how we approach and embrace our ascension. Some of us may meditate often, going deeper and deeper into contemplation and achieving a blissful results, a blissful state of mind. Others may get there through prayer, chanting, or movement that takes them to a reverence or deep awe. Others may study sacred texts that bring them greater understanding of the meaning of life and the higher levels of awareness. Others may sing sacred or spiritual music by themselves or with others, which touch them very deeply in a special way. These and other paths and other ways lead to a higher connection with the infinite, creating more opportunities to operate from a place of holy boldness in our daily experience. Our Centers for Spiritual Living embraces a global vision of a world that works for all, and I add, right where they are, right where we are. One way to build this world is by extending ourselves to others and creating what is known as the beloved community. I invite you to look up the definition of a beloved community. It is quite detailed. And I'll summarize it briefly for you here, but I invite you to really look it up and see those aspects of beloved community that resonate with not only what we're doing here at the Monterey Center, but what we're doing within our Centers for Spiritual Living, and what other New Thought and liberation theology and social activism movements are doing to create this beloved community. The beloved community is a place where people of diverse backgrounds come together in an interdependent relationship of love, mutual respect, and care that seeks to realize justice in the community and in the broader world. In the beloved community, conflict may still exist, but it is resolved peacefully, non-violently, without hostility, ill will, or resentment. All are embraced and none are discriminated against. Economic and social justice are the twin pillars supporting the beloved community. Neither punishment nor privilege is tied to race, ethnicity, gender, ableness, gender identity, sexual orientation, or pretty much anything that has been used to create a hierarchy of human value. Now, there's a distinction between the hierarchy of human needs, which was created by Maslow, and a hierarchy of human value. Human value has no hierarchy. It is a place where there is a level playing field. In the beloved community, we transcend where we are to where we choose to be through caring and sharing for others, through forgiveness practices, and through doing our work so that we each heal and stop hurting one another. And I think this is the key that we aim to get to in the beloved community, is that place where we heal within our own selves. We stop hurting ourselves. And when we stop hurting ourselves, we stop hurting another. Another way to sum this up is to say that we live in harmony with each other, honoring our unique and individualized expressions of the divine. It begins with each of us extending our reach and reaching out in new ways with holy boldness, challenging ourselves to grow and deepen in consciousness and climb to higher heights. And so, bringing this to a conclusion and summing up, we are the vision of the world that works for everyone. We are the vision of the world that works for everyone. It's like the quote that is attributed to Gandhi: be the change that you wish to see in the world, and that change begins within. The vision is realized when we intentionally seek to expand. It's all about intention. It's about expanding our thoughts. We attain higher heights, and the universe meets us where we are and matches our efforts with more growth and expansion. So we start where we are. You know, there's the expression that yesterday is a canceled check. Tomorrow is a promissory note. Today is cash in hand. And so the Spirit provides for us our daily cash in hand. It meets us where we are. And the promissory note is an actual promise, a fulfillment that is carried out by Spirit that takes us, when we expand and elevate our awareness of our uniqueness and the individual gifts that we bring to the table, we expand into higher and higher heights. We are forever being born anew and rising into our greatness. We do our work to heal old stories and hidden beliefs. We continue to climb the stairway to heaven with our inner consciousness and expand into the beyond. We reach out and help to create and nurture the beloved community. And the beloved community starts right here, with us continuing to love one another, to appreciate one another, to value one another, to listen to one another's story with compassion, with grace, to listen for understanding, and to be that place where God shows up within each and every one of us. It takes us back to our opening song that we use here at the center. I am the place where God shows up. It also takes us back to our statement of being. We are the beloved community in the way we act and respond with each other. And as we do this with each other, we are extending it outward, because we each take the gifts that we have out into the community. We take it back into our families. We take it into our social gatherings. We even take it into our shopping experiences. You know, where we're interacting with the sales clerk or the cashier or whatever term that is the politically correct term. And I just know from my own experiences, even when I'm interacting on the phone with someone who is in a customer service position, I have learned through trial and error, lots of trial and error, but I have learned that my being nice, my showing up as an authentic expression of Spirit, and recognizing the person on the other end of that call, whether it's an artificial intelligence chat that we use on computer, or whether it's an email interaction, or whether it's an actual conversation. The energy, the emotional intelligence that we bring into those conversations is what makes the difference. You know, we can either make a person's day, or we can shoot it down to the lowest pits, sometimes just by one word. You know, I received a call recently, and I should not have answered the phone because I was not in a space where I felt that I could be reasonably intelligent with the conversation. I did answer the phone, and it was my healthcare provider, the insurance provider. And they were calling to follow up on a new medication. Well, in my book, it's not new because I've been taking it for several months now. The person was asking for information, and I said, "You already have this information." "Yeah, but I need to verify it." "I have a chart there." but I need to identify this. And so I caught myself and I said, I'm not really, my intention is not to be difficult this morning, but I have received mail correspondence describing the medication. First of all, when I picked it up from the pharmacy, the pharmacist went over it with me. I received letters in the mail from you. I received text messages from you that tell me about this medication, the pros and cons. I really don't want to talk about this medication. But I caught myself because I could see myself going down that rabbit hole to really being an annoying person on the other end of this call. And I go, that is not my intention. That is not the way I choose to show up. And so I profusely apologized to the individual and I said, trust me, I am not trying to make your day difficult. My lesson in that is to pay attention to what's going on within me. And if I'm not in a place where I don't feel that I can conduct an intelligent conversation, let that call go to voicemail or let them call back. I'm just describing for you something that occurs in my life. And we all have ways that we express ourselves as the beloved community. We all have ways to express heaven within to the degree that we believe in it, to the degree that we accept it, to the degree that we practice it. Let us now say together our affirmation for this week. I am moving to higher heights in my life. I am moving to higher heights in my life. And let us take in a breath together as we prepare to move into our spiritual mind treatment. And to set the stage, I offer these words from Ernest Holmes that he wrote in Help for Today. Metaphysical or spiritual mind healing is based on the assumption that we live in a spiritual universe now, that we are spiritual beings now, that the kingdom of heaven is at hand now, that spiritual humankind is perfect now, and that the mind of God and the energy of the universe is available now. And so it is into this now place that I bring my awareness, that I bring my consciousness of the oneness of all that there is. Knowing that each one that is a part of this spiritual community, that is a part of this thing called life, is a unique and individualized expression of pure spirit right now. And so as I embrace this now moment, I speak my word, knowing that there is harmony throughout the world. I speak my word for peace in the world, for that peace that passes all human understanding, where there's harmony, where there is love, where there's joy, where there is mutual cooperation, everything that is involved in this idea of peace, knowing that peace is now. And as I declare this from my awareness, I declare this as the truth for all as we embrace this idea of peace is now. As we grow the beloved community, I begin within my own heart. I begin from that place of forgiving myself for those errors that I am aware of, as well as the ones that I am not aware of. And as I move into this place of grace and forgiveness and peace and harmony within myself, I know that it extends outward and radiates out to all people everywhere in all places. And so knowing there is peace in the world, there's harmony in our lives, I bless places where individuals are coming together in the name and nature of the one life, the one love, and the one power. recognizing that however it is described within the unique place where people are gathering, that it resonates as truth for each one where they are in their level of consciousness, knowing that there are many paths and there are many ways to this infinite knowing and this infinite knower. And that as we travel our paths, at those intersection points, we meet and greet each other in the name and nature of the one love. I speak a word of peace and healing for broken hearts, hearts that are broken open as a result of life's transitions. Those transitions may include loved ones who have stepped off of this mortal plane. We'll put a period in this chapter in their individual book of life and has changed the page and has moved on to a greater and greater experience. Those who are seeking right livelihood, I know that it is available right here and right now. For those who are choosing to experience perfect health and wholeness and wellness, I know that it is available right here and right now. I know that there is a healing taking place. And that healing shows up as a truth of our awareness that God is, I am, and all is well. And so for this and so much more, I am eternally grateful. And in this gratitude, I release this word back into that law which always says yes. And if any of what I have said resonates with you in any way, I invite us to affirm it together by saying, and so it is. And now we move into our opportunity to participate in the flow of abundance and circulation. And this is through our tithes and offerings and our donations to our spiritual center. We have an affirmation of abundance, and I invite us to say that together now. I recognize the presence of God within as the source of my abundance. Out of my abundance consciousness flows everything I could desire in life. With gratitude and thanksgiving, I now participate in the flow of uninterrupted abundance. This prosperous experience is evidence of my abundance consciousness. And there are ways to participate in the flow. They are posted on your screen. You may mail in your donations. You may text to give, and you may also donate through our website. And as the greeter passes the collection basket here in the center, we invite those of you online to take advantage of the gifts. I do have a special appeal this morning, and for those of you who are viewing online, we welcome your participation and your donation. An ailing computer of ours needs to be replaced. It is rapidly reaching the end of its life cycle. And for those of us who have old computers, we know how that is. And so the estimated cost to replace the computer is $1,000. And so we're asking if you're willing to make a special donation, and we have our donation box on the hospitality table for those of you who are here in the center. To date, we have donations of roughly $200, very close to $200 towards our goal. And so we have a thermometer there, and we will be tracking the donations. So those of you who are willing and can, we invite you to participate by donating here in the center. And for those of you who are choosing to make a donation online, you may go into our website, MontereyCSL.org, click on the donate button, and then on the drop-down menu, scroll all the way down to where you can put in a note and just put in there computer fund. so that we know where to allocate that donation. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for your love. And thank you for the way that you show up as the beloved community. And I just have one item to share with our entire community. This week, June 23rd to 29th, 2024, is World Well-Being Week. This activity is in its 5th year, and I just learned about it. World Well-Being Week is celebrated the last week in June. It's an invitation to us to celebrate the many aspects of well-being, from meaningful, purposeful work to financial security, physical, mental, and emotional health, social resistance, corporate and civic leadership, community relations, and care for the environment. World Well-Being Week allows us to thank health workers, social workers, teachers, spiritual leaders, practitioners, and others who support us in our well-being. And so start with thanking yourself for participating in your well-being, and thank someone who may have contributed to your well-being in a unique and a special way. And to our family that is viewing us via Facebook or our YouTube channel, we appreciate you. We thank you for joining us. And please remember to click on the like button, to comment, and to share. It's very important to our community that the algorithms from your likes and your shares help to expand and spread this word to the larger world at large, knowing that all is well and there is peace within. And we invite you to join us next week as we complete our June series, and our topic is colorful to the core. Colorful to the core. So we say thank you and God bless you to our Facebook and our YouTube communities. We love you.